So if you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you are using Instagram as a marketing tool to reach your ideal clients, so parents. And maybe you're seeing that it's actually not as easy as it used to be to grow online, and it's taking up a ton of time. Or maybe you have this kind of like love-hate relationship with the platform and you feel dependent on it. But ultimately, you would like to be driving clients to you in a really consistent way. Well, at the end of this video, you are going to have a clear game plan on how to do just that. So you're going to be making social media work for you and not against you. And I know that it can feel like sometimes social media is rigged against you, but in actuality, that very fact and concept can work in your favor in a really, really big way if you know what you're doing. And you don't need a big audience. Trust me on that. You need to know the 5 fundamentals that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video. And the fact is, the broke creator economy is bigger than ever because you're constantly being told to chase after followers, subscribers, work with the algorithm, do all these things, basically just working your ass off to try and get some kind of reward, but yet you're not seeing a proper return for what you're doing. And in my opinion, that is a big issue. In fact, there was an influencer on Instagram a few years ago, and that person had over 2 million followers. And they couldn't sell 26 t-shirts. So, I mean, if you do the maths around that, that is absolutely crazy. But before we get into that, the entire mission behind this channel is to help sleep coaches and parenting specialists build businesses online that truly make the impact that they set out to make in the world, as well as build freedom, money, and ease into their lives. And so one small thing that you can do to help us reach more people is just hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. So let's get into it. Now, when it comes to Instagram, what I'm seeing is that what worked 2 years ago in 2020 or even last year is actually just not working now. And just keeping your advertising eggs in that one IG basket could be hurting your business and actually preventing you from growing in the long term. And we know that the Instagram algorithm favors recency, meaning that it will never show content that was posted a few weeks ago or months ago or years ago. And possibly you saw that a few years ago you could just post a few times a week or 3 to 4 times a week and you'd see a lot of growth. But now the platform is really favoring recency even more. Like, they want you to be continuously posting because attention, eyeballs, and time spent on that platform is the thing that makes the money. So if you're doing that, they're rewarding you for it. And if Instagram is your main marketing tool in your business, that puts you under a huge amount of pressure because you can end up on this like endless content creation hamster wheel. And for many people, spending a lot of time creating content is not possible. And so you kind of face this chicken and egg situation of risking burning out trying to do that or not seeing growth. And so instead of playing the short game and trying to constantly keep up with the different platforms and the changing algorithm, which you can never be because it moves at such a pace and introduces new things that you're constantly trying to keep up with, you want to be playing the long game. And you definitely don't want to be posting random stuff because you think it's going to go viral or get loads of views and subscribers. Like, you don't want to do that. Instead, we want to focus on being specific, intentional, and adding that big dose of you because that's your secret sauce. That's how you're going to stand out from the competition. So you want to get clear on who it is that you're trying to reach and what do you want to be known for. And the thing is, if you only focus on who you're trying to reach without knowing what you want to be known for or the clear intent behind your content and your account, you're going to be at the mercy of your viewers because the minute they get bored of you, they're going to go elsewhere. For example, one of my clients is a sleep coach and she's also a high-performing athlete. And originally she was just posting about sleep. And then she decided that she really wanted to focus on supporting high-performing athletes who are juggling the demanding training schedules and also events and also being a parent and everything that goes with that. So this was a niche that she knew all about. And so instead of just posting about sleep, she started to really speak to those parents who are athletes. So she was talking about sleep, feeding and parenting in relation to the lives of her ideal clients. You know, she was tackling their fears, you know, their desires and their challenges. And what I love about this is that she doesn't have a big following. She's less than a few thousand followers, but she's fully booked working with her clients. Okay, so you also want to ensure that you're developing content in a way that favors the platform. So for example, on Instagram, right now, Reels are the hot thing. So instead of creating a static post, you create a Reel to get more reach because the algorithm is pushing that right now, but that content is still true to you. And you want to expand your content outside of the platform. So by expanding your content, I mean expanding your reach outside of just that platform. So ensuring that you're not just relying on Instagram, but you're also building things off social media like your email list, because you don't own the algorithms and you don't own your accounts on social media, which means if Instagram decides that, you know, what you've written is not to their liking and shuts down your account, or there's a glitch, or you get hacked, and we all know those things happen, you're risking quite a lot. In fact, all of those things can be devastating for your business. So you always want to make sure that you're creating an expansion and a backup of your audience off of social media as well. And email marketing is the strategy that we focus on in my childcare training agency, Baby M. It's the thing that's helped us generate over 50,000 subscribers at this point. And besides the fact that you own your email list, it allows you to control your messaging because you're not reliant on the Instagram gods showing your content to your ideal client that day. And of course, not everyone reads your email, but you have much more control. You can play around with the different email titles, you can resend emails to people that haven't opened the initial email. You just have much more flexibility and it's just much easier to measure. And remember at the beginning of this video where I mentioned the influencer who has over 2 million followers but can't sell 26 t-shirts? This is where action comes into it. Like, is your audience actually taking action on the things that you're creating? Do you have a clear intention for what they need to take action on? And maybe that's your ideal client contacting you for a 15-minute right fit call or joining your email list. And of course, you don't have to do that all of the time. Maybe sometimes you just want to show a picture of your child or a great family day out, or your dog. But ultimately, we're running a business. And I just think that so many people just get wrapped up in the vanity metrics and getting these likes and subscribers. And it still amazes me that I know people with less than 1,000 followers filling up their courses and getting clients. And I know a ton of people that have huge Instagram accounts, you know, like over 50,000, 100,000 followers, spending what must be hours getting back to people's personal situations, and they're burnt out and they're struggling to scale their business. And there's a difference between making an impact, sharing, you know, your voice, and actually running a business. And so I wanted to create this video and help you see that and kind of shed the light on this topic and say that it's really possible to create a ton of success with a very small audience. And I'm talking like really small. It really doesn't matter where you are right now. And if you're at 0 right now in terms of followers, this should help you a lot. This should help you grow in the right way. So I'm really excited to hear how it does impact you. And I would love it if you could let me know in the comments below. And finally, this is the area that we're focusing on right now. It's long form content. Crazy, I know, because everything you're hearing is saying that short form content is the way forward, but it's about playing the long game. And when you look at the survey data, you can see where they poll people, asking them which social media platforms they use. And unsurprisingly, Facebook is at 32%, and there's a steep decline in popularity. Maybe you're feeling that. And then you have Snapchat at 59%, which has risen in popularity amongst teenagers, Instagram at 62%, TikTok at 67%, which is surprising because TikTok is a relatively new platform and it's already surpassed Instagram. But even more surprisingly, check out YouTube, which is at 95% usage amongst young people and older people. And what's really clear based on this data is that YouTube is not going anywhere, whereas platforms like Instagram and Facebook are showing slower growth. And one of the reasons for that is that short form content, you're scrolling. It's how many people just fill their time. If you're in a shopping center and you're in a queue, you might be scrolling through Instagram. But often when you want to really know the answer to a question, what do? You Google it, or you go to YouTube, which is owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. It's in-depth content for someone who's seeking an answer to a very specific question. And not only that, it's evergreen content. So people will be searching for a question in 3 years' time, and your content will be searchable. It will be raking up those views every single day, month after month. And unlike Instagram and TikTok that I mentioned near the start of this video, they won't do that because that's not how they work. They're favoring and they're showing recent content. And of course you want to make long form content work for you. So you're going to share it on the different social media platforms that you're using, and you want to be doing that to get lots of eyeballs on that content. And at the moment we're driving people to watch our YouTube videos using social media and email. And like anything, it takes time. We've just started to focus on YouTube, but I wanted to share this because looking at the data, I feel like this is a very good decision. So I hope you found this video useful, especially if you're feeling that you're constantly trying to keep up with Instagram or any other social media platform out there. Like, I really wanted to show that there are other ways to have much more control over your marketing and sales. And of course, I'm not saying don't use social media. It's absolutely a key part of the marketing puzzle, but how you use it is really key. And also knowing that there are other very key parts to the puzzle that really are just like a whole lot less demanding. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when a new video gets released every single week. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.